Hey everyone, welcome back to RealGolfersTalk.com. I am your host, I am Jason, and we are ready to dive into round one of the John Deere Classic. Bud Light Platinum today, why not? Fuck it. Now I've been on that kick for a little bit, so anyways, round one of the John Deere, which again is the week before the Open Championship. One spot left. For anybody inside the top five, there will be one spot. If you get in the top five and you're not qualified for the Open yet, you can get in, but you have to be inside the top five and you have to not be qualified. And there will only be one spot available. So if two people are in the top five, whoever has the highest score, or if they both have the same score, whoever has the highest world golf ranking will get into the Open Championship. So that'll be exciting to see what happens. After round one, I kind of saw some things that were pretty predictable, and then it was good to see some other things happen. So we went over my top five. I gave you the list last time. Now we go, and the two leaders are tied at 8 under par. We got Ollie Schneiderjans, who shot a 63, 8 under par. Younger guy. I guess he had a little bit of an injury. Took some time off. Tried to feel better. But I actually was disqualified last week at the Greenbrier. I guess he put a 4-3 or it was supposed to be 3-4 or something like that, so get disqualified. Comes back this week, shoots a great round. And if you don't know him, he's the guy that never wears a hat, so that's who he is. But yeah, so it's kind of interesting to see that. But Ollie Schneiderjans is tied for the lead. And then you got Charles Howell, who also shoots a 63, which, again, it's been a long time since Charles Howell won, but we've seen this kind of performance. I mean, he just lost a couple weeks ago in a playoff to Kyle Stanley. So he can win. To see him shoot a 63, I mean, that's that's pretty uncommon. I mean, it's not something he normally does, but again, he knows how to contend. So those are the kind of key points for this round so far. And then, back there, third place, we got a three-way tie for third place right now. Shooting 65s is Zach Johnson, which is predictable. 6 under par. That's a good round of golf. And a guy who's won here, and a guy that just continues to dominate this course, that's, again, very predictable. Then you got Patrick Rogers. That's unpredictable. There's a young guy that trying to win, trying to be one of those guys, that comes out, wins for the first time, and for some reason the John Deere seems to be a place where people that don't win. So Patrick Rogers, I mean, we've seen him play well. He's inconsistent. He's tried to get 10, but he really couldn't keep it going. So to see him 6 under par, we'll see what he does with it. It's the same thing with Ollie Schneiderjans. We'll see what he does with it, but it's kind of inconsistent. Then you got Rory Sabatini. Now that's just, how the fuck did he get there? I mean, that's the truth. I mean, Rory Sabatini 6 under par. It's a good round for him, but let's be honest, we haven't seen him play well at all, really. So to see him shoot that is kind of like a, what the fuck just happened? So again, we've seen that this year. In every tournament you're going to get that. So this time it's Rory Sabatini. And then we got a 5-way tie for a sixth. 5-way tie for 6. You got Wesley Bryan. All of them shot 66 or 5 under. You got Wesley Bryan, Daniel Summerhays, Bryson DeChambeau, another pick of mine. So I got two guys here on the leaderboard. I got Zach and Bryson DeChambeau. Then you got Ches Reavie. Again, just that he's been playing well. Like, he's been on the leaderboards and stuff. He hasn't won, but he's been on the leaderboards as of late. So that he's continuing to play well. And then you got Brandon Hagee, who again, most of you probably haven't even heard of him. He's just another guy that just trying to make a name for himself here on the PGA Tour. So that's kind of crazy. It's a pretty crazy leaderboard right now. Bryson DeChambeau, again, he took what he did the last day. The Greenbrier came out, played well. Shoots a 66 after shooting a 65, and that's a par 70. So he shoots 5 under 2 days in a row. We'll see what he can do with that tomorrow in round 2. So I'm excited to see what happens. I mean, you got these guys that have won, and then you got guys that haven't, and you got guys that have played well and been on leaderboards and then falter. And you just, they keep doing this. Daniel Summerhays keeps doing this. But he keeps not coming through in the end. So can he have a week where he does that? We don't know, obviously. We got to watch the golf tournament. This is what makes golf exciting. There's 4 days, and you have to play well for 4 days to win, and you have to play better than everybody else for 4 days to win. So that's kind of play. You got to keep yourself in position. These guys are the ones that are in position. There's guys lower than that are in position, but again, you just want to make the cut, and then on moving day, try to make as big a move as you can. But, you know, that's pretty much our leaderboard right now. We got Ollie and Charles Howell at 8 under par, and round 1 is looking pretty crazy. So, some good stuff to look forward to. And then, I mean, Michelle Wee, I guess, had to withdraw or something, some pain in her neck. I mean, that kind of sucks. It's the U.S. Open. And, you know, I mean, when we saw her as a young kid, we thought, hey, we're going to have some good stuff. You know, we're going to see another thing. It's just another golfer that was supposed to be something that just didn't make it happen. So that kind of just sucks for her and for the fans of her that just don't get to see her actually, you know, compete in a major championship, having to withdraw to the U.S. Women's Open. That's just kind of unfortunate. But, you know, that's where we're at. So hopefully she can get healthy and get back out there sooner rather than later and actually compete in major championships and compete and win and get herself a couple victories that'll give that confidence back, and hopefully she can turn into something, you know, before her time's over. So and then we got the infamous story of Rory McIlroy, who, if you saw my last video, you understood that I said he's not close. He keeps saying he's close, right? Well, he shoots 2 over par. Now he's going to have to do a lot of work to make the cut. And I'm not going to sit here and go on this massive fucking rant about Rory McIlroy, but, you know, he's got to get something going. He just has to find the part of his game that he's missing. And again, it's not the putter. I mean, yeah, he could probably putt better, but the problem is his inconsistent shots. I mean, if he can get that better and put it closer to the hole, he's going to make more putts. And right now, I think his confidence is so shaken, he's trying to convince himself that he's close, but he's not. And he's fighting it, but instead of working on just say, hey, look, I need to work on it, he just continues to say, he's close, when I think we all know that he's not close. And after shooting 2 over par, when you got guys shooting 7, 6 under par, I mean, Ricky Fowler shot 5 under par over there. He's seven shots behind that. And this is not, and Ricky Fowler isn't in the lead. He's 2 shots off the lead here after round 1 in the European Tour. But this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. There's a lot of guys on there that are not as talented. Not that Ricky Fowler is, and he's very, very talented. He can absolutely win major championships. He will eventually win major championships. He will be a big time. Everybody loves Ricky Fowler. But I'm saying Rory McIlroy is a guy that you expect to win every time he steps on the golf course. And right now he's so shaken that he just thinks, oh, well, I'll just turn it on. Eventually it'll click. Eventually it'll click. It might, but you still have to put the work in. And not that he's not doing that, because, again, I know that he's working on it. But I think you've just got to be honest with yourself. Even if you don't come out and say it in the media, be honest with yourself here and just put the time in on the iron play and the wedges, because that is where your game is faulty the most right now. So we'll see what happens there. But, again, just another poor performance from Rory. I mean, hopefully he can get something going in round 2 and make the cut, because if he misses the cut here, I mean, good luck at the the British Open in Royal Birkdale. I mean, if you can't make the cut here, you're looking at a very tough mountain to climb to make the cut there and even attempt to compete. So hopefully he puts the work in. Hopefully he can get something positive going in his direction and he can try to compete again for a major championship, because, you know, this I'm close thing, it's showing each time he plays that he's not. So but yeah, guys, I mean, that's pretty much where we're at for round 1. We touched on Rory, little Michelle Wee. Donald Trump, actually, I guess, is expected to appear at the Women's U.S. Open, so that's kind of cool. Get the president over there, so that'll draw more attention than it already has. The major championship, now you're going to have the president stopping by, so that's pretty cool. But again, we got Ollie and Charles Howell, Ollie Schneiderjans at 8 under par. Those are our leaders after round 1. I'm excited to see what happens in round 2. Hopefully you guys are. Again, any topics, any concerns, any comments, please feel free to do that. You can leave comments on the page, or you can email me at j316dub@aol.com. That's JAY316DUB AOL.com. All right, guys? Well, thank you very much for joining me. This is Real Golfers Talk. I'm Jason. I'll see you guys next time.